You guys have made the long, arduous trek back to town after the showdown at the train. You have what... Caitlin, did you share, or did M share that it is not actually the heart?
Yes.
So, with you guys talking on the way back...
I guess, are the Sanguine Gentlemen there?
I think they took the stuff on the train. I think you guys...
Okay, if it's just the three of us, she would have told just the three of us, yeah.
So yeah, you guys are back in town. There are some survivors. You all make it back to town. It is a long trek. It is not a fun trek. It is through a desert. But you make it back to town. On the way back, you establish that... M establishes that it is not the actual heart of prosperity. And Saza is able to put together... It is the thing that Doc gave you information on, though. What he described was what you are currently holding, which is a gem-like structure, a large gem, multifaceted. So, you're not necessarily in the hole for not getting the right thing. This is what he heard rumors about, what he sent you to get.
Okay, yeah. It matches the description.
Yeah, I just wanted to make that clear.
Yes.
So, do you guys want to do Doc now, or do you guys want to... Are you guys waiting a little bit before you turn that into him? Also, do you want to talk about turning the thing into him, or are you all in agreement?
I mean, I definitely want to turn it into him.
I think we all want to turn it into him, but I also don't think it wouldn't maybe be a bad idea to have a brief conversation beforehand.
Cool. You guys are all back in the Quiversan Tavern. Feel free to commence.
So I think Saza... M would have gotten the gem.
Yes.
Yeah, so M has it. So Saza's like leaning over the bar, and she like glances over at where M has the gem stashed, whether she's holding it or...
I can just like plop it on the table if there's nobody there.
Yeah, okay. Then she's just like looking at it. Look, my end of the bargain is good as long as I can take that to Doc, unless I need to lie for some reason and someone else needs this.
I'm happy to give it to Doc if it's what he wants, and we don't have to say anything about whether it's the heart or not. It's what he described, right?
As far as I can tell, this seems like this is it.
I would agree that we do not need to maybe volunteer the information that this is not specifically the heart of prosperity. However, it does raise two questions. One, what is this? And two, where is the heart of prosperity and why should we care about it?
Prosperity, do you want to weigh in on those?
I don't know what this is. And this isn't... I'm not trying to be cagey, I just was not a god doctor.
Does it feel like it was a part of you, just like a different part? Like your spleen or something?
If I'm being honest, I think everything that comes out of that mountain was part of me. So yes, but what it is and what it will do, I cannot say.
Study a place of power to maybe try to learn something about this? Like I take it down to my lab and put it in jars of stuff and wiggle it around?
Yeah, you can do that. I'll let you do that.
What circle is this?
This is definitely Wilds.
Don't break it.
I was about to say the same thing.
When would I ever break something like that? That is crazy. All right, let's see here.
When you roll your 2 again for the 30th time this arc.
Oh no. Too soon, Zach.
No. That's a straight up 10.
Heck yeah.
Let me scroll down to the...
Oh shoot, that's a circle move. Frick yeah!
Hey, you want to know what circle Saza's part of, by the way?
What, wild?
Wild.
Gosh darn it. Whatever. Well, get 2 of those.
All right. Delving into this, you see that this is a concentrated bit of Prosperity's power. It could be used to fuel or help bigger magics. It is not something as pivotal as the heart, which would be, from your guess, something that could do even crazier things. You know, that like the heart is a concentration of soul and power and will that would allow for the bending of reality itself, where this is not something like that, but it is a step closer towards that than just the metal that everyone has been typically mining.
Okay, now hear me out. I wonder if the train was the heart. Wouldn't that be something? Like if the train was the heart, because it could instantly accelerate and go extremely fast?
Like they replaced the engine?
Yeah.
I thought the whole thing was they were powering it with god metal or whatever.
Oh, they were feeding metal into it. Never mind. Ignore my theories. They are meaningless. This is just a super powerful piece of that metal. We can give it to Doc.
All right. You guys head off to Doc's shop. Are you all going together, or is it just Saza? Or no, yeah, Saza.
I think we could all go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would go. Why not? Yeah.
I started saying Saza and then interrupted myself like, no, Saza's a different game. And then like no, Saza's this game. After 10 years, everybody, I start to forget what characters we're all playing, you know? Vidarza.
I definitely had to stop myself from saying Juliet earlier, so.
Hidden my little sign.
You see
It's behind a curtain now.
Just get a nice, not embroidery, what is it called? A nice quilled giant M behind you.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys make it back to Doc's shop. It's a pharmaceutical shop. It has the rows of tinctures and different alchemical substances, whether they be plant, mineral, or something else even more magical. Ah, Saza and crew, I believe I know why you're all still standing, and I don't see any of you currently bleeding, so I presume you are here for the job that I have assigned you.
Yes, thankfully we were, able to accomplish what I think you were after. And I think Saza would have taken the gem and she like slides it over across the counter. And we definitely put it in like a little baggie so it's not just like out in the open.
Yeah, I assumed you weren't, walking with it above your head, screaming for everyone to look at the gem.
Yeah, we're a little more discreet.
Sometimes.
So Doc opens it up and looks at it. He's like, thank you, this is exactly what I was looking for. You can consider us paid up in full, darling. Not darling. Oh, God. That wasn't even a joke. That was just a mistake. You can consider us paid in full, Saza. And if I have any other jobs, I'll send them your way. You seem to be a woman who knows how to get things done.
I will certainly do what I can as long as it doesn't put myself or my place of business in particular harm's way.
Trust me when I say I would rather not put you or your business in harm's way, because you end up usually back here.
Ain't that the truth?
Kingsdale's feeling away about the fact that he got shot and eaten by werewolves. You're like, you're never put you in harm's way. Like, I got shot and eaten by werewolves.
Does he need to grab anything to go while we're here?
No, it's fine.
Em would probably get more of her sleeping eye drops.
Yes.
She re-ups.
You have a standing order for that, so he just,
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a scene. It's just...
No, I was just letting you know. He got him. Anyway, you guys can head off. So, you guys go off and nurse your wounds and start feeling a little bit better about everything, and all of the damage that was done to you begins to heal when Caitlin goes to talk to Fantasia.
Nope.
Em goes to talk to Fantasia?
Yeah.
Caitlin has a scene where Em goes to talk to Fantasia.
There you go. Yeah, so Em finds Fantasia on a night that she is not bartending, and I would like to offer to buy her a drink for shooting the guy and saving her life in the street.
Well, that's mighty fine of you, Em. I appreciate it, and it will take my mind off whatever the Lils are doing to my bar while I'm away.
Do you want to go to the Gold Dust? I don't know if it really feels like leaving work if you're still at work.
Yeah, then I don't know what the Lils are doing to my bar. Like, watching it happen in real time does make me want to do violence.
It ruins the effect of a night off, yeah.
Yeah, it does. Bartimaeus has said that they are not who I'm here to get revenge on, so it would just be...
It's a shame, really.
It really is.
So they head over to the Gold Dust.
You guys get a couple of drinks.
So, Fantasia, I feel poorly because you've been working at the Quiversand for how many weeks now? And I feel like we haven't been properly introduced or gotten to know each other at all. And that feels like an oversight.
Oh, it's no skin off my back, Em. I understand that you've been busy with, she gestures vaguely, stuff. Like, you know, like, not vague, like gives you a knowing look. You've been busy with stuff, you know. I tend the bar, and, you know, you don't always want to be out front when the party's there, and that tends to be when I'm out there, so I get being a little bit not around.
Well, tell me about you and how you came to Desperation of all places.
I mean, this is where I was resurrected, reborn, remade. I don't know what you call it. Bartimaeus says revivified, but that feels weird.
Clinical.
Yeah. You see the bird, like, flap. I think I'm always right. I think revivify is the right word. Nobody asked you, actually? Why don't you... Shoo! And she flushes him out. No one appreciates a good lexicon nowadays.
So you can do that with yours? He just flutters away when you ask?
I mean, usually you gotta shoo him, but, you know, we're not... I mean, we are bound together, but not at the hip, literally. You know, he is a bird, and sometimes does bird things.
Can I ask how that whole relationship works for you? I'm new to this sort of thing, and she, like, explains about prosperity. I don't know if she would have known that yet, but...
Oh, she probably would not have.
Okay.
Oh, it's the exact same thing we have. I woke up from being dead.
Yes.
And found I now had a bird who told me things annoyingly, like I have a quest to go fulfill.
Yes.
And is annoying if you don't fulfill it.
Yes. Sorry, prosperity. Yes. Sometimes yes.
He, like, lets out a little huff. So really the god that is dead, mountain dead over there is on your shoulder?
That is the one, yes.
Same one. No kidding.
And apparently not quite dead. Dying is my understanding. I just interrupted that decay. I
guess that kind of, like, I mean, like, I was fully dead and came back, so I guess, like, if you have enough power, like, maybe it takes longer to get fully dead.
So who is Bartimaeus, then? What is he?
Like, spirit guide, infernal thing that brought me back. I don't know. I don't fully know.
He's like a lesser demon?
I think so. Let me look it up. Not a question I prepped, because why would I prep an obvious question that you're gonna ask? Like, why would I ever think that you're gonna ask a normal question? It's kind of like when you guys in the first arc were like, can we go visit this guy's house? And I'm like, why would I have prepped the very obvious place to start an investigation? You know, I'm not fully actually sure now that you mention it, and I should talk with him about it, but he's not here because I just shooed him away.
Fair.
He gets a little annoying.
How did you come to, you seem to have at least amicable relationship now. Was that always the case, or?
I mean, it takes some getting used to having someone who's bound to your will. But he is a demon. Got it. Found it. He is a demon. It takes some getting used to, you know, someone who's bound to you, who is there as a guide that has their own wills and desires, and it takes some navigating. But, I don't know, me and Bartimaeus had to... we had our own growing pains. We figured out how to work with each other. Like, I'm working on my quest. I do things that help him, and I don't actively try to antagonize him. Do you and Prosperity not get along?
It's dicey, I would say.
Whose fault is that?
Yours, obviously. I'm a delight.
I mean, you are, Em, but I'm guessing you guys don't get along since you're fighting when I asked if you get along.
Right, that does sort of answer the question.
I mean, Bartimaeus, I think, was a little bit different. Like, he knew what he was doing when I got pulled back. We are not together by accident, and even with that, it was difficult to navigate that, right? Like, I can be petulant at times, or not be as helpful as I should, or dedicated to my quest, and that bothers him.
Well, I think you're a delight.
Well, thank you. I am. But your situation seems even more difficult to navigate than that, where you're both unwilling parties to this.
Right, we are sort of thrown together.
Which, whether it was mistakes made or just the will of the gods that you guys are now intertwined, who can say? But have you tried being the guide for prosperity instead of him just being the guide for you? Like, have you looked at him as anything more than a moocher there to annoy you?
I mean, when we first met, I was willing to, look around for things that might help him, but I think perhaps part of the problem was he was unwillingly brought back from the doorstep of death and didn't know much about what was happening next. In terms of quests, I suppose I did say I would investigate the mining company a bit more, which I've been meaning to do. And she looks over at Prosperity.
He gives you that pointed look,
I've just been busy lately, but now that we have a bit of a lull, maybe that's something I can follow up on. Do you know much about the mining company? She looks at Fantasia.
Not a clue. They seem like they're willing to have anyone work for them, and that seems weird. I've seen who comes through this town. I know beggars can't be choosers, but maybe they could be a little bit more of a chooser.
So it makes it seem like they need disposable people, is what you're saying?
That's what it feels like to me.
All right.
Warm body policy never makes me feel good.
Fair.
Mostly because my skin's clammy. I'm still kind of dead. I'm just saying, I think, have you tried to work with him?
I've tried.
Have you tried to work with him, or have you tried to get him to do stuff for you?
I've tried to have a transaction.
After you promised to do a quest for him and have done none of it? I'm not trying to say, I like you. You seem fun. We should get drinks more often.
I agree.
I'm not saying you're the bad guy here. I'm just saying, look at it from Prosperity's perspective.
I would be upset if he kept stringing me along.
Especially if you couldn't interact with anything but him?
That would drive me crazy, yes.
I'm just saying, he used to have cosmic powers and now he has an itty-bitty living space.
Finishes a drink and puts it down on the table. It's like, okay, next thing, before we accept any other quests or debts to people, I'm going to find out more about the mining company. Deal. She points at Prosperity, which is nothing to Fantasia, but
he's on that shoulder, right? You're not just pointing randomly?
No, he's definitely over there, yeah.
Okay. It's easier when the weird talking animal you talk to is visible and can be heard, It
probably does make me look more sane to not be pointing at air. That would be convenient, but it also means that people don't know he's there if I don't tell them. So
hey, if you were sane, you wouldn't be at the Quiver Sand Tavern.
We're an eclectic bunch.
That's for sure. And she takes a shot.
So this is an intimacy move?
Yes, I would say so. I think you guys were both vulnerable with each other. You'll get
I get a vision about her, I think.
You do.
Specific and clear vision about that person's future.
We will do that next arc.
Okay.
I want to think of something meaningful and not just off the cuff. But
it doesn't have to be immediate.
Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Kingsdale and Saza are back in the Quiver Sand Tavern, back in Saza's office as the night is slowing down and there are less patrons to take care of. The cards have ended for the moment. Do other people do gambling? Are there other dealers at the...
Yeah, so I mentioned at the beginning of this arc that I had hired some no-name employees.
Okay.
So I would say there's probably at least one additional card dealer at the moment and maybe an additional person of the night.
Yeah, I thought there were a couple of additional. We decided the name is Trollop, Mandy.
Actually, it was Strumpet. I just edited that episode.
Oh, Strumpet. Sorry, Trollop was Trollop was in the book I was reading. There is someone being mean to another character. A demon's being mean to a character, and they go through a lot of different ones, and Trollop was one of them. And they're like, I suppose that is better.
Strumpet.
Yeah, sorry, the Strumpets. Cool. So you guys are in the back having a break or having some time.
I think that Kingsdale just brought the equivalent of closing up your register.
Mm-hmm.
And so Saza's got the safe open and is just like counting what we have since she's the one back there and not M. So like obviously she relies on M to do the majority of it, but she can like close a register.
Yeah.
So yeah, as Kingsdale brings you all of the money from dealing cards and whatever for the night, he is sitting there watching you count stuff out. Not that I am regretting our arrangement, but I am curious, what is the right way to ask this that is not offensive to your demonic being that I don't mean to imply nefarious intent?
I think at this point I basically heard everything. Just spit it out, Kingsdale.
What do you think is the worst thing you are going to ask me to do with our new arrangement? And this being like the intimacy move that you have to answer honestly.
Yeah. Saza pauses in counting the bills, and she like leans back in her chair and like looks off in the middle distance. You know, I'm not trying to be cagey here. It's hard to put an exact job requirement down for that, but if it makes you feel any better, one, I'm not exactly trying to collect a lot of souls currently. The more that I have, the more presence I have, and since I'm trying to not be conspicuous, the less the better right now. So nothing to do with souls. Hopefully for the rest of your life, and I guess I can speak to you if that changes. Right now, I think it would have to do with what you're doing right now. I don't know exactly how to say how bad things could get, but ideally we don't have people trying to destroy the quiver sand. So protection, which again is what I hired you for. And you don't exactly seem to be opposed to killing if that's what protection requires.
That is not untrue. As a part of this, by the way, now you can ask me something that I am, I think I have to answer truthfully or take corruption.
Or take corruption.
I suppose maybe in that case I should have, or in this case I should have asked before we made the contract. Is there anything that would keep you from protecting the quiver sand? You don't have any tie to the hunters at all, do you?
No, I don't have any tie to the hunters anymore, and certainly if my family came back and requested my return or my service, I believe we would be compatriots in our unwillingness to allow that to happen. So on that account, I am not concerned.
Well, and then she goes back to like counting the bills. Then I'm not concerned either.
Well, now hold your proverbial horses. This is what I struggle with, I think, at the moment, if I'm being honest, and in terms of delimiting what I am willing to do. I would prefer if our time here could be a peaceful one, and one that allows us both to recuperate from whatever ills have befallen us that led us here. That being said, I am unsure yet if that is an option.
Well, we're certainly already seeing the pushback.
Yes. I don't know if I would want to continue protecting this endeavor if it became not the target of hostility, but the cause of it. On the one hand, half this town seems vile enough that, uprooting it seems to be a justifiable course of action to ensure our safety. However, it's a slippery slope as to when that uprooting should end. So, it's not what I want, but at the same time, a train full of innocent people were just murdered on our watch, and I don't feel great about that.
Well, I have no specific intentions of trying to harm people, if that is what you're concerned about. Personally, I'm not going to go out of my way to protect anyone other than who is here in this building and who is under my protection. I suppose this last little adventure was a little rash of us to jump to. Certainly we can take better precautions if that's something that you're concerned about. But I also, sorry, Kingsdale, but that was, as far as I'm concerned, the werewolves would have attacked the train whether we stole the train or not.
It's not a matter of feeling bad about the train. That's not what it is. But it does lead me to and Mandy, your thing is I can request a favor from you, right?
It's that you can... Okay, it says promise to get them something they want without asking for anything in return. I'm okay. Zach can make the final call. I'm okay if you're asking, like, a request instead of, like, an item.
It can be an item.
It's whatever you want to ask for.
Yeah, what I want is whatever the leader of the werewolves loves most.
Ooh.
I don't know what that might be, but I feel we need it. And, Saza, let me
Stop. What is your intention with this?
Nothing good. They hurt a whole bunch of people, and Kingsdale took that personally.
I asked you in character.
Oh! Oh, nothing good. Let me maybe put it in terms you would understand insofar as I get that maybe the safety of the population at large is not your main concern. Let me put it to you practically. We are not different from werewolves in the minds of most normal people. You am, to some extent at this point now, me, werewolves, vampires, the fae, all are those things that go bump in the night and are frightening, things of nightmares to be feared. The worse things get for the werewolves, the worse they will get for us here. Now, the issue here is that the werewolves at this point are now bound and determined to make the conflict go to a place where everyone descends to hostility, which I believe is their intention. And I would be absolutely all right with that so long as it is aimed in the right direction, which I don't believe is random people on a train. So, what I want to do with that is suggest compliance from the werewolves who seek to do harm to normal people in this town, such that their misdeeds do not be misconstrued as our misdeeds, and we can continue doing business here, much as we have in the past.
So when you say you want what the werewolf leader loves most, you're asking me to bring something that is highly coveted.
Yes.
That this being might do desperate things for into the place where we are living.
No, well, temporarily, it does not have to stay here, and it depends very much on the nature of what it is. Now, if it's a person, we'll have to make arrangements. If it's an item, this gets far simpler.
You're still requesting us to...
House it here? No, we do not have to house it here.
No, I didn't say house it here. To put this place in danger by doing that.
Well, Saza, in any conflict, there is risk and danger, and I believe if we do nothing and seek no edge in this conflict, we will lose it on its face. I do not believe in being reactive, I believe in being proactive. The werewolves have to be dealt with, and I don't think asking them nicely will yield results. Now, separate from this, I would also like to talk to werewolves that seem to be more... what's the term?
Part of the group?
No, I don't want to talk to werewolves that are part of the group. I want to talk to ones that are outside of it. That
Outcasts.
That might be more willing to halt unnecessary violence, if that makes sense.
It does. Saza finishes counting up the bills and places them in the safe and like spins the dial to lock it. She stands up and leans over to Kingsdale and kisses his cheek I certainly wouldn't mind having an advantage and a better foothold in this town, but I will see what I can find out.
Let's go for information at first, then we can reconvene as to next actions.
We wrap up that... I like that scene. You can both mark each other's circles. So Mortalis for... Mandy can mark Mortalis, Cody can mark Wilds.
Could I just say it's night instead, just for fun? Just say it's night. You can just say it's night.
I'm not a creature of the night.
Nah.
Are the vampires?
The vampires are a creature of night.
Cool, I gotta go talk to them soon anyways.
Currently people you can talk to that are creatures of the night. Fantasia, vampires, werewolves.
Oh, the werewolves are night too.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay.
So you got options. All right, where are you going to spy on the mining company? Are you going into the mines? Are you breaking into an office? What does this look like for you?
So I'm doing the circle move of study a place of power.
Cool, I had the same idea.
So what are all the buildings that we know of like the mining company right now? There's like the warehouse that loads the train.
There's the warehouse in town.
That loads the train, which we broke into.
There's presumably another like storage place up the mountain that because there's like there is a minecart track, not minecart, but like a track that leads up the mountain from there.
From the station up the mountain.
Up the mountain.
Basically. Okay.
So there's presumably a station up there that you have not been to. There is presumably mines, since they are a mining corporation. Mm-hmm. There is the office that you've met with Sarah.
Yep, which is up in the town, far away.
Yes, the mining
town.
The literal mining town, not Desperation proper. There's also up there are single home dwellings for those that are doing better in the mining company, and there's some boarding houses up there that house the majority of the miners.
Okay. I think I'll stow away on the train going from Desperation up the mountain to the warehouse thing.
Okay. Roll me your study a place of power.
And that's with the circle that controls it, which is power.
Yes.
So I have 1 in that, and then I also have a status. So is that +2?
No. You roll plus... Does it say roll plus circle?
Yeah. So my status doesn't matter on that?
No.
Just roll with the circle that controls it. Okay. That's a 6.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right, so you walk into this, and it looks very similar to the place down the mountain. It has ledgers, it has notes, it has god metal packed up, ready to be shipped down. And as you're sneaking around, you see them. No, it's nighttime when you're doing this. You got caught the last train back up. You hear them talking about how they're going to load it in the morning kind of thing. You can go around. You can ask me some questions about what you want to know from here, knowing that you're not going to get anything too deep.
Right.
If that ask me whatever questions you want. I'm just letting you know that your answers are going to be a little bit more superficial because you don't get to know the inner machinations, which is a 10+, and you don't get to see under the surface, which is a 7+.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give you nothing either.
Yeah. I guess I want to know maybe over here conversation. If there's anything that's here that that's getting stored and not shipped. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think I'll stick with that, seeing as I don't get things.
All right, so you start scrounging around. As you are doing this, there's a couple of guys that are unloading a few boxes from the train. And this strikes you as odd because you snuck onto this train early, you did not see anything loaded onto it, and they are not simple tools. There hasn't been a shipment that came in really recently.
So I came up on an empty train and they're still unloading stuff from the train?
Yes. You came up on you came up on what should be an empty train. Magic hasn't happened. Okay. This is a train that they use. The main purpose of this train is to take ore from the top and bring it down to ship it. They are unloading boxes at the top.
Mm-hmm. So it means something got packed up at the bottom.
Yes.
Okay.
That is what it means.
And that is unexpected.
That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a magical, an invisible train car. Okay. I'm saying You did not search every train car to see if there was stuff there. You hopped on an empty train car, and you're like, oh, cool, they're all empty. The one behind you is full of stuff.
Okay.
In a way that's weird.
Yes. I'm glad you clarified about the invisible thing, because it did cross my mind.
No, it is something you notice now being up here as odd, not as a crazy thing that happened.
Okay. So something is being brought back to the mining company.
I'm assuming that you're going to then want to go and look what's in these crates, right?
If I can.
Give
those people leave.
I'm going to make you make a keep your cool check.
Okay.
Because you failed your study a place of power, so stuff is more difficult.
Frick. That's a 5.
Oof. Wow. Yeah, no, like...
Cannot bring myself to get out of hiding. And
so you want to get out there, and you're like, I'm going to go do this. And then you remember last time you broke into a warehouse and what happened then, and you're like, I'm alone up here with only an intangible sliver of a divinity to help me out, and if I touch the wrong thing, I'm being captured by the mining company.
Right.
Very clearly. So you decide to play it safe and just stick around and try to listen for more conversation.
Okay.
While you're sitting on this train, waiting for a time where you can sneak off and scurry back down the mountain, Prosperity speaks up. Thank you for doing this, Em. I listened to what Fantasia said, and I do not think I have been fully fair with everything that I have asked. I think you have been a little bit lazy, if we're being honest, and
all right,
dragged me along. I'm just saying that I think it is different when I am not the one making any risks, and I would like to say that maybe I asked too much of you all at once.
Apology accepted.
I did not apologize. I'm just saying that it might have possibly happened that I asked too much of you.
I might possibly accept.
But seeing as you have finally, if begrudgingly, done your side of the bargain, I will now grant you a boon of prosperity.
Wait, really?
I mean, do you not want me to?
No, please continue.
I mean, I just said, I wanted you to do this for me and help me out. We're not done.
I feel like I'm doing a shit job.
I mean, yes, a little bit. You could get off this train, but, I'm not going to give you the best boon I've ever given out, but I feel like we can work together a little bit more as long as we keep on this path of figuring out what they're doing to me and getting me back into me.
Well, now I am in the weeds, so yeah, that's no need to worry about that.
So he reaches out his dragon claw and touches your forehead, and you feel an amount of power flow over you and settle into your chest.
And what happens?
That's your level up, I thought.
Oh, okay.
So, whatever level up you choose, so I thought that's what you were doing. You're doing a little bit more prosperity themed of a level up.
Okay.
So, when you choose that, that's what it will do.
Gotcha.
Narratively, this is where you get that.
Mm-hmm. And then, because I failed my roll, the magical sparkles of the boon alert the people.
No, because you did that, these people, you're like, when they leave, I can sneak down the mountain. They stay up drinking very, very late. They're just like, oh, we've packed up. He's like, I brought a bottle of whiskey. We can drink here. And you're like, ah.
Got it. So I'm very tired.
You're very tired as the next morning. You never get to sneak off the train that night. The next morning when the train goes back down after being reloaded, you get a free ride back to town.
Yay.
Very awake and alert because you are terrified of being caught. And M has a cranky day with a somewhat more chipper dragon, which does not help. As we end this arc of Desperation. Hey Wanderers, thanks for listening to our campaign Desperation. As always, you can follow us on our socials, and if you like what you hear, leave us a review on your podcast app of choice, and tell a friend about the show. We hope you've enjoyed your time in Desperation. Just because it's the end of the line, doesn't mean you don't have options.